1. Cheers.
How many pictures are on Yelp? You pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where you're at.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married, dog. You know, first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with her.
And look at
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole nother
think so? First and foremost, welcome to Men Don't Know Podcast. I'm the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone. And here on the podcast, we talk with a bunch of guys. We ask a bunch of women questions over wine and cocktails. Now, whether you're listening to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, YouTube, Audible, you downloaded that Men Don't Know Podcast app. I can't thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always, but hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1, shoot me an email, Chris at mendontknow.com, or hop on the mendontknow.com website and shoot me a message. Corey, my guy.
What up?
How we living?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. Question of the day. Do you attract the people you want or people you need? And I'm talking about relationships, Corey. I feel like, I don't know. I think, let's just say, I feel like men and women, I think they attract, depending on what part of their life they're in. I think if they haven't learned any lessons and they're not in the place of growth, they're always going to attract what they want instead of what they need. Sure. I feel like, you know, they always say, oh, you'll learn your lesson when you learn your lesson. When you learn your lesson, you'll automatically, because you know. Anything that feels familiar and anything feels like the bad road, you know what a bad road feels like. You know, like, you've been in those situations where you already know where you're at. Oh, let me grab that thing. You've already been in a situation where you've had that drink where you're like, wow, this should be my last one. And someone says shots.
Let's go.
No, absolutely not. I just tell people, you know what you want and you know what you need. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna pick what you want over what you need. And until you've done that, I always say this: you got to pick which hard you want.
Which what?
Which hard you want. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's like if you go to the gym in the morning and at night you want to go drinking. If you drink at night, that gym is gonna be hard in the morning. Damn, my bad. And if you don't drink at night, gym's gonna be easy. You know, you got to choose the hard. You know, you're gonna either have fun at night and it's gonna be hard in the morning, or you have FOMO. Yeah, 100%. There's still gonna be a feeling of something. You gotta just choose it. Anyways, let's call my sister, and I wanna see what she has to say.
Hey.
Hey, what up?
Nothing much.
What are you up to?
Oh, just got back home from the gym.
Oh, nice. Congratulations. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. Health as well. Question of the day, Nina. You want to know what's funny? And let's hold off for a second. You want to know what's funny is someone had hit me up. It's like, hey, your sister was on an episode where she went on that wild date. And I was like, that was like a year ago. Like, oh, man, I've been trying to find it to show my girl. Like there are crazy guys out there and yada, yada. And I'm like, buddy, like, why are you trying to, but it just goes to show, Nina, people re-listen to so many different episodes, and like, mind you, people feel like they know you know? Everybody has been on your journey, you know? A lot of people have been on your journey for 5 years.
I know, it's crazy.
And with that being said, let me ask you this. Do you feel like when you were single, were you attracting what you wanted versus what you need? Because I know it didn't change, you know, your journey kind of didn't change until you let somebody else kind of steer the ship, shall we say.
Right. I did. I got exactly what I wanted, which ended up to be a disaster. I did.
I mean, I just feel like, why do women pick what they want over what they need? I guess that's the biggest question with you.
I think because the need, sometimes we feel we could provide ourselves, but the want is a different feeling.
Yeah, but that want never works out though.
No.
I've never seen it. I've never seen something like, I guess, unless it's like career or something you're working towards, that you want.
Yeah.
That's a different, I feel like that's a different want. But I'm talking about in relationships, the person you want, not necessarily the person you need.
Right. Yeah. But it does take time sometimes to realize it.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, once I was just like, you know what, forget it. And, I take a chance, but I'm always taking chances and I'm always betting on myself. And that's the thing. You have to be willing to walk alone. And then you'll know what you need. Yeah.
Ooh, that's that book of Eli. They gotta walk alone. That's that book of Eli. I guess, and to hold that to a test, why is it so hard to walk alone? Like, I guess I feel like, Nina, so many people, and mind you, we keep having conversations on the podcast, and like when I post little clips up and whatnot, a lot of women circle back around and they'll be telling me, like, I feel like everybody is in the season of shedding, I guess the best way of putting it. And a lot of people are getting out of the relationships they wanted.
Right.
But everybody will say, oh, well, I wanted that person because I knew, like, I felt like this, that, and the third, it was going to work out, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, did you ever think of the fact that you need that person? Or was that the person that you needed to have come in your life? And it's like, no, like, that person, like, came into life and kind of blew it up.
Right. Yeah. But also people don't want to physically be alone. And so that's why they stay, because you're already mentally alone.
Facts. Why not, though? That damn.
What about the crazy people that talk to themselves? They're not alone.
Nah, you can still hear voices in your head, but that's as close as you'll get. Nina, what is the? Why do people hop back into those those wanted relationships, instead of doing like you said and being alone?
Because it could be scary and they can't envision a life without that person, and they've jumped so many years into that person. That's what they think. Like, all these years, oh well, you can start off with someone new, and those years don't even matter. They really don't.
They don't at all. I don't know. I often now sit back and kind of think about scenarios and different situations on, damn, I just wanted that person, or I wanted that person. It's like, I always tell people, once you start sitting alone with yourself and you just by yourself, a relationship is hard to get into, Nina. A relationship is very hard to get into after enjoying time by yourself.
Yeah, but I also think that's because you're going off of what you had.
No, true.
So,
True.
This is very comfortable. This is very nice.
Very
but
true.
If you find someone who adds some seasoning to your life, it's going to be just as comfortable and nice as you will find your peace. You will have peace. You won't lose it because you both want the same thing, or you're uplifting her, she's uplifting you.
Yeah. It's
already a peaceful situation.
Yeah.
But that's it, is that once you find your peace, it's only difficult to want to go out and date if you are still thinking about what you've dated before.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because when you take that out, it's just, I've always approached dating like, okay, it's going to be fun. I'm either, if it's just a drink or whatnot, that was cool and I'm going to learn something, or I'm not, and it was just a drink. But some people go into it like, oh my God, this is the one. No. Sometimes you have to kiss like a ton of frogs before you get your prince or your princess.
Can I tell you something I hate though? I hate when, and this is just what I've been seeing. What I hope we can leave in the summer of 25 is ladies videoing their food when they're on a date. Can we leave that in 2025?
They do that? What's the point of that? For content, or is it?
Doesn't matter. You know what I feel like when I see that, Nina? For 80 cents a day, you can feed a child. Okay, Nina? That's what I feel like when I see that. For 80 cents a day, you could feed a child. That's what I see when I see you videotaping your food. Like, Nina, I don't know why it drives me so crazy. I just like that. Like it's food. We can come back. I promise you. We can come back.
It's not even about coming back. It's like some people are foodies and they like to do food reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because I'm sure, people see them online because my friend, she's a foodie and this is just something that she loves. And I even find myself, Francis and I went on a double date with his friends and I was like patiently waiting. And then they were like looking and I'm like, oh, okay, you're not going to like, the camera doesn't eat first. And they're like, no. And so I was like, oh, okay. And we, because I mean, yeah, some people, it's their thing. That doesn't really bother me because it's something that they like. That's kind of their memories sometimes, especially